fashion against Sean Corner, and he's going to take on Matt Freedman, who was playing a little bit of, I don't know, possum, little Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined today. Chad, do you think this is before you respond, Freedman, is this a ploy, or is this scaring you a little bit?
Freedman's in my head. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, he's in my head. He keeps saying how bad he is at this, which is just making me think he's amazing at it. I have a lot of experience with Freedman. We've worked together for more than 2 years. I've seen what he can do when he sets his mind to something. When he decides, I'm going to commit to this, I'm going to focus on this. The latest and greatest example is Matthew Freedman 2 years ago told me he wanted to be a draft expert. He wanted to start draft coverage for the Action Network. I said, it's a terrible idea. He went and did it anyways. And this year, according to fantasypros.com, he was the 6th most accurate draft expert out of 213 draft experts. That shows you how ferocious he is when he decides he's going to do something. So all day in Slack, he's been saying, this isn't my thing. It's his thing. He cannot play the game of low expectations with me.
Response, Freedman?
Well, Chad, thank you. That was very flattering. The problem is that in all that you said, when I put my mind to something, I am 100% not putting my mind to this. I really don't even know how one would go about preparing for this. I really came here to chew some Big Red bubblegum and get my butt kicked, and I am all out of gum.
All right. Well, I will say maybe to fire you up a little bit here, there were 5 people that were better at mock drafting than you. All right. So let's go ahead and get the show started. We got some people in here. So we'll start.
Just retweeted it. I just smashed that retweet.
All right. What's up, Degenerate Nation? Welcome to Stump the Stuck, episode 3. This is the sports trivia show where you can win my money. Joining me today is our returning champion, Chad Millman, and he will go against Matthew Freedman. I will explain how the show works in just a minute. What's going on, gentlemen? Everything good on your ends?
I won last the other night. I beat Sean Corner. I didn't get any money.
Well, here's how it works. You have to win 3 in a row, and then you will face me head-to-head for a chance to win my money. Now, if for whatever reason, the show's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, someone doesn't win 3 times in a row, at the end, whenever sports come back, we'll have a final few episodes. The contestants with the most points, which we're tracking, will face me in maybe some kind of bracket format, so I can come on a couple episodes and you have a chance to win my money. So it is important, even if you've locked up the win going into the final round, accumulate those points because it does matter. But Chad, I'm sure you're feeling confident after that win.
I am feeling confident, except for what Freedman's been doing to me all day. He's been trying to get in my head and make me feel bad about myself, which is pretty hard to do, but he's been doing it.
It's all happening without my even trying, which actually is maybe the only good thing that's going to come out of my appearance on the show. But Stuck, I'm really curious about how much of your money will one of us potentially have the option of winning if we actually make it to your round?
Well, it's going to be 5 figures if you include the cents. So I'm thinking probably like $500 with 500.00.
Why don't you start spending? Let's start spending some of your money on sound effects to upgrade this show, because then we can get a rim shot for your jokes.
Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get started. This is how it works. For those of you that are new, there's going to be 3 rounds. There's 10 total questions. The first round, pretty straightforward. Each participant is going to get 3 questions. They're just straight up questions. Do you know this? And if you do know it, you get a point for the first question, 2 for the second, 3 for the third. The catch is that if you don't know it or if you get it wrong, the other person has a chance to steal and get those points in the first round. The second round is just 3 over-under questions. So I hope you have a pen and paper ready. If not, I'll give you a second to get one. And you will write your answer down. So I'll say, how many yards did Tom Brady throw for last year? Give you 10, 15 seconds, write down your answers. You'll reveal them at the same time. The person that's closest gets those points. Again, 1 point for the first question, 2, then 3. And then the final round, I'll say something like name all of the Winter Olympic sports. And you guys will go back and forth. Whoever's the lead will start until one of you is either gets one wrong, repeats, or doesn't know it, and the other person can clinch with a win. This is an NFL-themed show. Any questions before we get started, gentlemen?
Let's roll, man.
Are there any mercy rules? Just curious for how this would work.
No, because you have to accumulate points.
Accumulate those points. You got to pile on the points. All right.
You have to accumulate points. Now, and we'll start off with round one here. The questions might be a little easy to start. I know Chad complained that the question was too easy to start. That's on purpose. So let's get started here. Chad, since you won, I'll let you decide. Would you like to start, or would you like Freedman to start here?
Oh, I'm going first, baby. I want to put the pressure on.
All right, here we go. Question one for Mr. Millman. Who holds the NFL record for most rushing yards in a season?
Most rushing yards in a season. That record is owned by Eric Dickerson.
That is correct. Chad gets 1 point, 2,105 yards. I believe Adrian Peterson came within 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards.
He did.
Of eclipsing that record, but Eric Dickerson still maintains that record. All right, moving on to question one for Mr. Freedman. Similarly, who holds the record for most receiving yards in a season?
Receiving yards in a season. Isn't that Calvin Johnson?
That is correct. Calvin Johnson with 1,964. So we are tied at one apiece. Going into question two.
Classic Freedman, by the way. I don't know anything. I can't play this game.
All right. Now the questions are going to get a little tougher. To Chad we go. This is worth 2 points. Who is the only team in the NFL that does not have a Hall of Famer?
That would be the Carolina Panthers.
That is incorrect. Freeman with a chance to steal.
The Houston Texans.
That is also incorrect.
Oh.
The correct answer is the Jacksonville Jaguars. The only player who's come close is Tony Baselli, who NFL Films has named, and I think they did a list of the best players to never make the Hall of Fame. He was like 6th. So no points there. No harm, no foul. We'll move on to Freedman.
Freedman raised his arms in glory.
I thought I had the one. That one felt close. That one felt right. Getting to trash the Houston Texans felt so good. Just didn't work out.
All right. Well, moving on to your 2 point question here. Who is the only team in NFL history to never play in a conference championship game?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, might as well take a guess.
I might as well take a guess.
5 seconds.
The Houston Texans.
That is correct.
Okay.
At the buzzer.
Oh my God, that's what I was going to say when I stole it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here laughing because Freeman's sitting here saying the question before. I'm trying not to give a toe that I just want to trash the Texans, and I know that the next question coming up, the answer is the Texans.
All right. Well,
that is correct. Freeman might be sandbagging you. 3-1, Freeman, as we go into the third question of round one for Mr. Millman.
I assure you, I am not sandbagging. I would have missed the Eric Dickerson question. Just FYI. Anyway.
All right. So this, Chad, we're going to a category. I don't know how strong you are in this. I would imagine you're pretty strong, best-selling author. But we'll see. Spell TJ Hushmanzada.
TJ Hushmanzada. It's H-O, I assume you just wanted the last name.
Well, yeah, we'll give you TJ.
H-O-U-S-H-M-A-N-Z-A-D-E-H. Hushmanzada.
That is incorrect. There is no using pen and paper for this. We'll give Freedman a chance to steal.
I mean, I'll be honest. While he was going, because I didn't know I couldn't write it down on pen and paper. I already wrote it down on pen and paper.
Okay, well, what do you want to do, Chad?
As the contestant against him, to let him have that discretion.
Okay. Just would you say what you were going to say, or did the writing help you?
I would have said what I said because I know
Okay.
it.
All right, go ahead.
It's a HOUSHMANDZADEH.
That is correct.
That is correct.
The D before the Zada is the trickiest part in Hushman Zada.
Dang
So
it!
3 points for Freeman. He takes a 6-1 lead and can really take a commanding lead going into round 2 if he gets this correct. Chad got a spelling question, which means Freeman, you're also getting a spelling question. Chad, you could really do yourself a benefit here by stealing this. So you better hope Freeman gets it wrong. Spell, first name included here, Nnamdi Asomugha.
NMADIOS.
That is incorrect.
Okay, yeah.
Chad. Nnamdi Asomugha.
It's NMANDI. Asomugha. ASOUMAG.
That is incorrect. The first name NNAMDI, but the last name, which is really tough, is ASOMUGHA. One of the hardest names in NFL history to spell.
That is a tough one.
That's a tough one.
6-1. Freeman has the lead going into round 2, but if you win all 3 questions in round 2, you get 6 points. So, Chad, all you have to do is pick up 6 points here. You take the lead going in the final round. At the minimum, you just want to pick up a couple points here and stay in the game. So let's move on to the over-under round. Get your pens and papers ready. I'm going to just say a question. You're just going to write down the number that you think. Whoever comes closest will get the point for that corresponding question. The first question is worth 1 point. In 2012, Drew Brees set an NFL record for consecutive games with at least 1 touchdown pass. How many games is that record? So how many straight games did Brees throw a touchdown pass for the NFL record? All right. Need your answers. We'll reveal in 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is 54. And Chad is 47. Freeman with 36. Chad gets the point there. Brees, with I don't know whose record he broke. Maybe Bradshaw's. I know that Brady came close. But most importantly, Chad gets the point there. It is 6-2. Moving on to the second question in the over-under round. This is Chad's bread and butter. How many, we're going to go back to the Hall of Fame here. How many, keeping it really simple, but it's a tough question. How many members are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Can we ask a follow-up question here?
Sure can.
This includes everybody, correct? Not just players, but coaches, owners, journalists, everyone in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's correct. All members.
Okay, all members. Okay.
Yeah, because all members. That includes some coaches. That includes front office. That includes writers.
Right. Okay.
All members. That's a good question. All right, need your answers in 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is 326. Chad has 600. Freeman has 212. Freeman gets the 2 points there. There's 200.
I was going to say 327.
Wow.
The follow-up question totally screwed me up.
Wow.
I almost feel like that's unfair. That is a protest. I am protesting. That follow-up question was Freedman getting in my head.
How is that getting in your head? That's clarification of information.
Unfair. I am protesting this match. The rest of this match is being played under protest.
You have to protest it before you put the answer up.
Yeah. Plus, you change it to 600. There's not 300 non-players in the Hall of Fame. There's
Stucky,
235.
Don't make up the rules in the middle of the game.
Look, the question was the question. How many people are in the
Ridiculous.
Hall of Fame? It's
This is
8-2 Freeman.
ridiculous.
You need this. You need this. This is pretty simple. Question 3. It's worth 3 points. Chad, you need this or you're done. What is Tom Brady's career completion percentage? Decimal included. All right, need your answers in 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is 63.8. Mr. Millman comes through within a half of a percentage point.
Boom!
And cuts the lead to 8-5. And what that means is that the winner of the final round will advance. Very clutch after a semi-meltdown after question 2. It wouldn't have mattered if you got that right or wrong. It would have came down to round 3 regardless. This is my personal favorite round. I love the over-under, but this is just it gets good. Chad, you have the lead. No, sorry, Freedman, you have the lead. So you're going to start here. You're going to go back and forth, and until one of you does not get one right. Now, if one of you doesn't get one right, can't think of an answer or repeats, the other person will have a chance to seal it. They have to get a correct answer. If not, it goes back to the other person. They can get back into the game with the correct answer. Sounds complicated. It's really not. All right. So let's start it off here. Just name running backs in the top 20 on the career rushing list in NFL history. Mr. Freeman, it starts with you.
All right. Well, I'm going with my Emmitt Smith from the Dallas Cowboys.
That is correct. Feel free to write these down, too, if you want to keep track of what was said.
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders is correct.
I'm surprised, Chad, you didn't go with your Walter Payton. He should be insulted, and I am stealing him.
I thought that's what Chad was going to go for first.
I was saving him. I will go with Jim Brown.
Jim Brown is correct.
That is nicely done. I'm going with Frank the Tank Gore.
Frank the Tank Gore is also correct.
I will go with Adrian Peterson.
That is correct.
Adrian Peterson. Okay. Let me write that down. I am going with, this is getting harder now. LaDainian Tomlinson from Texas Christian University.
That is correct. Horned Frogs.
The alma mater.
I am going to go with Franco Harris.
That is correct.
That is nice.
Good pull.
God, going in the Wayback Machine there. Tony Dorsett from my Dallas Cowboys.
Tony Dorsett is correct. Mr. Millman.
Oh boy, this is a good one. Curtis Martin.
Curtis, my favorite, Martin. That is correct.
It's a good one. He's top 10 too. That was a good one. Oh, Thurman Thomas.
Thurman Thomas, good pull. That is correct.
Lost to the Cowboys twice. That helps.
That was a good one.
9 remaining.
Oh.
Really good.
10 seconds. Five seconds.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell is incorrect. Mr. Freeman with a chance. Still keep thinking, Chad. You'll get back in the game with a correct answer, but Freeman, you can win it with a correct answer here. You can name one of the remaining 9.
One of the remaining 9.
Correct.
Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk is correct.
Mother!
Mr. Freeman comes in and defeats Mr. Millman in the final round. The ones that you guys missed, the bus, Jerome Bettis. Here's one that you're going to kick yourself. You're going to kick yourself for this one. Chad Dickerson, who you said earlier. Fred Taylor, Steven Jackson, John Riggins, Corey Dillon, Marcus Allen, and what the running back that was so good that no one ever mentions in these things, Edgerrin James. He's in the top 20. O.J. Simpson was number 21.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Who is in the Hall of Fame for the Carolina Panthers?
Carolina Panthers Hall of Famer.
Because if you tell me it's Kevin Green, then I'm officially filing a protest because he should be only counted as a Steeler.
Okay, well, that's a good question. Actually, my understanding is that guys don't designate what they go in as, like when they enter the Hall of Fame. Right? Isn't that like kind of like a don't they do it for baseball, but I don't think they actually do that for football.
My point is, I don't think that I need to know who is in the Hall of Fame for the Carolina Panthers.
It would technically be Kevin Green. I think. Now, I mean, let's see. Here you go. There's 3 members. I just looked it up. There's 3 members of at least 3. Here's 3 back. I don't know when this is right. Mike McCormick, an executive consultant, GM, and president.
Oh my God.
PSL owners were inducted in September 2004, and Sam Mills, linebacker.
All right.
So there is, and there's no Jaguars. Tony Baselli, close. But regardless, you lost the final round for the 5 points, and that would not have mattered, even if we gave you those 2 points.
But I could have filed an even more official protest.
All right. Well, here's what we'll do. You're still in the running to come back with the accumulated points. Right now, you're in first place with total points. We will have you back when we do. If you want to do another week, we'll definitely have you back for the NFL week. But if you want to do another sports week, Freeman, the bad news for you is that you have to come back. Didn't seem like you wanted to, but you did really well.
That is bad news, to be honest.
The other bad news is you're going into an NBA week and you will face Justin Fan on Monday.
Well,
so tune in.
That is horrible news.
Let me congratulate Freedman on a game very well played the whole day through, getting in my head, sandbagging this whole competition, and then coming on strong with all of his football information. I have no doubt he was reading, the football encyclopedia the entire day while also saying, I'm no good at this. Congratulations, Freedman.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Freedman. We will see you on Monday.
I look forward to it. The best part of this is beating a guy who wanted to win and knowing that he lost to a guy who didn't care if he won. So
that's just not right.
It's all feeling really good.
We'll
leave it at that, and we'll have to have a rematch in a few weeks. There's a little rivalry now. We'll have a rematch in a few weeks on the next NFL week. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks guys for joining me. We'll catch you on Monday night, 8:30 for Freeman versus Fan. Good luck, Freeman.